Hi and welcome. I'm Teresa Cralley at Transwest Truck Trailer RV in Frederick, Colorado. Today I'm really excited to show you a pre-owned 2021 Entegra Cornerstone. This is the floor plan 45Z. This is a brand we don't normally carry. We don't carry them new, so we only get to play with them when we have them here used as a trade-in. So I'm really excited about this coach because it has every amenity I feel like you could want in a coach. We're going to look around at the interior first, and then we'll get to the cab, all of the safety features and things like that are in the front end, and then we'll go outside afterwards. But I feel like if you don't like the interior, it doesn't matter anyway, but this thing maybe could convince you otherwise. It drives like a dream. So anyway, let's get started. In here we have your living area with the biggest sofa I've ever seen in a motorhome, and I'm not exaggerating. This thing is ginormous, and it's also really comfortable. They used Italian leather to make all of this furniture, and it's Villa brand, which is known as being the best in motorhome furniture. So again, really great condition, but Italian leather. It's so soft and supple and comfortable to sit on. You'll notice this enormous window here as well, and these do come with powered day shades, which are down right now, and powered night shades that are blackouts as well. So it's a little more comfortable when you are wanting to sleep. You're not getting all that light seeping through. Directly across from this sofa is where you have your smart TV, Samsung, and a Bose soundbar, and you're going to see those throughout. We have another smart TV above the driver area. We have one outside, and we have one in the bedroom as well, which we will get to. But if I fail to mention that they're smart, just know that they're all smart. And then we have a LED electric fireplace down here, which can put out heat if you choose, or it can be just used as a decorative cozy space. So I love that they've added that in here. We do also have heated floors in this coach, which you can't see, but I can show you the buttons for that in a moment. These are porcelain tile floors as well. So I'm going to keep saying it over and over. This seems to have every option that other coaches would have as an option. They're standard in this coach. So we'll see quartz countertops and leather and porcelain and all of those things with the biggest horsepower you can get in a Class A diesel pusher. So I'm just going to keep saying that, and I hope you don't get tired of it, but I am excited about this, not only because it's so beautiful and really well laid out, but it has everything you could want. So this is the seating area, obviously, for eating. We are going to have a little bit of a pull-out, so you can put extra chairs here on the end. We do obviously have seat belts here if that's a concern for you. And a little bit of storage underneath either side of the booth here. Again, up top we have storage, and I'm not one that's going to open every single cabinet. If you are interested in this coach, I'm more than happy to do a one-on-one video with you to show you every nook and cranny. So don't be shy about requesting that from me, either by email or phone. But we're going to keep moving here because some people find it tedious. So we have your Whirlpool residential refrigerator here. This is an all-electric coach, so everything is going to be residential in here. So very large. And then we also have, of course, an ice maker down here. And you might see a little bit of winterizer fluid in, well, this one's clean, but in some of the sinks and things because it is freezing at night here. So you'll see a little bit of green. Don't let it alarm you. That's completely normal. It's just an antifreeze for us. Over here next to the refrigerator, we have this really huge pantry. I mean, that's crazy. And you can change these shelves to different heights to accommodate whatever it is you're bringing along, your Instapot and things like that. A lot of times it's really hard to find a spot for those in motorhomes. The kitchen storage is just not great. So this is awesome. Then over here we have a little bit more storage. which is a little deeper than you might expect. I can go all the way up to there on my hand, so pretty deep. I would say that's probably 7 inches or so. Little extra space here to be able to set things down, and then more storage under here as well. Those are the manuals enclosed in that this little case here. So you're going to have all of your warranty information and your instructional manuals for everything in here, including the refrigerator, etc. And then over here is your main kitchen area, and this is normally what you get in a kitchen area, but we also had all of that space, so this is awesome. We have a really great pull out here, and we've got these really nice full extension drawers. I'll open up this so you can see it as well. And Entegra also carpeted this for you, so that's going to help with vibration, noise, clanging, especially with dishes and things. This can be a very noisy area in a coach, so that's really going to help dampen that and also help your dishes not to break. And then we have these pullouts up here so we can get a little bit more usable space for those of us who are a little short, and we can get all the way to the back there. Really beautiful faucets in here. And they made this into 4 different pieces. For those of you who have had coaches before and you have to pull these pieces out, they're really, really heavy, especially when they're a real stone like this one is. But they made it into 4 different pieces, so this is actually quite easy to lift. On the other side, we also have cutting board material, so you could flip it over and have dual purpose here, which is really, I mean, every little bit of space in a motorhome matters. And then they made these nice little places for these pieces to go down here. So again, not vibrating or getting broken. They've got a little safe place, and you could just leave these here all the time if you don't mind your sink being exposed, or just while you're using the sink. It's up to you. A little place for your trash can in there if you were wondering. And then just a little chute, actually, so you can put some scraps there and it'll go right into your trash can. Now that I've never seen on a motorhome, but I wish I had one in my own house. Very cool. So obviously we've got this gorgeous faucet, sprayer, and a soap dispenser here as well. And then over here, they've covered this really nicely to match the coach. Really lightweight, very important, especially for those of us who are getting older. Really, really easy to lift that up. And then we have your induction cooktop right here. So really handy. Some people they get nervous about the induction cooktop. I would tell you, watch YouTube videos, learn how to cook on this. It's very fast, and once people figure it out, which doesn't take very long, they tend to really, really like it. I think the fear of learning something new shouldn't stop us from trying it. So getting away from propane is the way motorhomes are going. So learning how to cook on an induction cooktop with a convection microwave is just a really good thing to do. You can bake and crisp in this. So you could make cookies in here. You just, again, you have to learn and try something new. Getting rid of propane is great for a lot of reasons. The safety issue of it, I mean, it's a fire hazard, and if it leaks, you know, you're inhaling those fumes, which isn't good. But also it's a hassle to find a place where you can fill it up all the time. These propane on a RV usually isn't in a tank like this that you take out like a barbecue grill. You have to go get it filled somewhere. It's a hassle. You want to be on the road doing things you enjoy, not filling up all the things. So going away from that is a good thing. I know I do have to talk to people about it a lot because they get nervous if they're used to propane, especially on a cooktop. But believe me, it is worth the learning curve. It's worth getting rid of that. Enough about that. I'll keep going here. We got a really good deep drawer, and if I was owning this coach, I would put my cookie sheets in there. It's just a perfect little place for that. Cookie sheets and larger flat pans. Great space for that. Down here, dishwasher, and let's see if it's going to open for me. These have tricks. There we go. Okay, again, this is winterizing fluid. Don't be alarmed. It's nothing gross, but it's keeping this from freezing and having issues in the lines. But a really nice deep dishwasher. So you can put some pretty good pasta pots in there, deeper pots, and all your dishes there. If you aren't somebody who cares about a dishwasher, again, it makes great storage. So don't poo-poo it. It might be actually really helpful in your life just for storage. Over here, we got these really nicely made pullouts, great places to put some of your cooking utensils and things like that. And we'll just, you know what's in there. Over here, this was really a fun one to find. You'd think that would be a fake door, but this is a perfect spice cabinet. I love that they did this here. You know, in motorhomes, every little bit of space counts. You don't have places to put a spice rack here because if you drive off, it's going to fall over. So having this, it actually means a lot, especially if you're going to be living in this or spending a great amount of time in this. It's well thought out is what I'm trying to say. I think we're ready to go into the master suite area. And before we get too detailed in there, I'm going to show you some of the little features that we have here. First thing is we have central vacuum down here, and this piece is the kick plate, so you would just sweep to it and it would suck up whatever debris was left down there. And then you have a place here to put your hoses to use more like a traditional vacuum. So nice to have that in there. This is really great, a control system for the whole coach. So like I said before, we have your day shades and night shades. So when it's time to go to bed, you can literally push night shades down and the whole coach will be blacked out. So you won't have any light coming through and you can just go straight to bed. You don't have to go around pulling each one. We also have a place to do our interior and exterior lights. So I just turned all of those on. We can put it in an away mode or a stow mode, meaning we're going to put it in a garage and not use it for a while. We have auto gen start and our inverter check here. Our generator is off right now. Then we have your heating. You can use it as the AquaHot system, which is the diesel heat or electric heat. So we'll get into the AquaHot a little bit more later. It provides your continuous hot water. It's a tankless water heater, but on this coach it also provides your main furnace, if you will, and your heated floors. So it's an all-in-one great little feature there. Then we can go through some of these other ones quickly, but I just want you to see that it's so easy to use. So here's lights, and every little light that is inside of the coach I can turn on. So this one is my kitchen over my stove, and I know you can't see that, but it just went off. And here, I'll turn off the bathroom one so you can actually see that. But right there, it just went off. Bedroom just went off. I don't know if you can see that, but it's seriously, you just touch a button in the area that you want it to go on or off, and it does it. It's just cool. Then we have another screen for our shades, so you can do them individually. So say you're going to watch a movie, you just want the ones in the living area put down, you can do that. This is where you're going to handle exterior lights as well as your slides and awnings. And we will come back and do all the slide outs later so we can see the outside of the coach closed up as well. But for right now, just know it's on this little touch screen that's super handy. This is your HVAC system for the coach, not for the cab, just for the coach. But we have floor heat here. We have 3 air conditioning units that are 15,000 BTUs each. So you can do those separately and set them to different comfort levels with heat pumps as well. So you can use the heat pumps. Again, if you have questions about any of this, it's okay. We will, first of all, teach you how to use this coach before we let you take it off the lot. But also, I can answer any questions that you have later. These are your TV systems. And then, let's see, we're going to check the fans. panel lights, cargo lock and unlock, and some of these are redundant. You'll have them at other places as well. But I just wanted to emphasize that this is all right here, and it's really, really handy to have it mid-coach. So you don't have to go outside and make sure everything's locked or make sure the outside lights are on. It's all handled right here, and I really appreciate that they did that. So enough about that. Now we're in the bathroom area, and I love this 2 sinks in here that are really nice and deep and wide. So you're not going to be splattering all over the place when you need to brush your teeth or wash your face, which the reason I mention that is, of course, because in other coaches that is an issue. So lots and lots of storage for him and her. You don't have to kick one of you out to get stuff done. You can definitely have your own amount of space here. And the other thing I wanted to show you was, this is a small but really cool thing. So medicine cabinet all the way across. This one opens kind of the wrong way, right? But look at this. You can check the back of your hair. It's so silly, but I actually had a customer point that out. How smart is that? That you can actually like get a good side view, check yourself out. Remember, this is built for residential use, so those things actually matter if you care about your hair. So there you go. Silly, but thought it was worth pointing out. This is another medicine cabinet here. And then of course we have plug-ins and USBs throughout the coach. I'm not going to point all of those out because again, that can be tedious, but if you are curious or need to know these things, I'm more than happy to answer after the video. Right here we have a little bit of a linen space or extra shampoo space. Every little bit of storage counts. And if you haven't noticed yet, this wood is such a beautiful taupe color. Very on trend. Back here we have your stool room and a really nice sized shower. We do have a shower seat in here, great for shaving your legs, and a great skylight for those of you who are a little taller or get a little claustrophobic in these spaces. And then in the back bedroom here, we've got a king-size bed, USBs and plug-ins on either side, and storage overhead as well that goes all the way through. I can show you that a little better. That is very deep. You could actually put comforters and things up there. It's so deep. Well, you can see here, that's how deep it is. So my whole arm's worth. Then underneath here, you have a control for your ceiling fan, which this coach does have a ceiling fan, which I love having in the bedroom. And then we do have controls for lights in here as well. And you can actually even lock and unlock your entry door from the push of a button right here. Little reading lights for those of you who like to read at night. And then of course another Samsung smart TV right here with a Bose soundbar. And then a drawer of remotes. Sorry, that was a little bit loud. And this is something I should point out. So this is a sleep number remote. So that means to me that this bed is a sleep number bed. So that means you can inflate one side to be firmer than the other based on your preference. So really nice upgrade there. And real quick, I'll show you these. So that's where your Blu-ray player is, audio-visual equipment, but also some storage. And then on this side, I wanted to point this out that we have another matching storage space, but this one doesn't have your audio-visual. It actually has a safe in here. So the last owner was thoughtful enough to leave the keys and the code for us. And it's not a huge safe, but it's definitely Really nice to have that on a motorhome. When you go away and you've got valuables in here, even just paperwork, really nice to have a safe included in your motorhome. We're ready to go back into the back closet, which I love the space of this. I love how it's laid out. I'll tell you why. They put the washer and dryer right here in the closet. So for those of you who do laundry like me, you pull that laundry out and you can set it right here and fold it right here, or hang it right here. You're not having to carry it somewhere else, dump it out, fold it. It's right here. So you can fold on the bed or you can hang. It's just right in the perfect spot. Just really well thought out. There's a little bit of space here to put your Tide Pods or fabric softener or whatever it is you use. This spot is actually engine access, and it's not something that you need to mess with, hopefully ever. That's something a mechanic would be getting into, but it does need to be here. Some people ask me what that is. Over here in the closet, there's actually a really great little shoe storage. So a couple little shelves for you, or your handbags or whatever. We've got a plug in here. We've got an LED light strip. And then on the opposite side, more storage. Here. Oh, that's a deep one. Really nice. And then one more down at the bottom. So you get the idea. So I think we're ready to go into the cab area, and you can see all of the safety features this has and the driving features. I was shocked when I drove this coach the first time. It was possibly the smoothest ride I've ever had in a motorhome, and that's partly because it has the Hadley air system in it. It also has a steering assist system. So I think I'll close this door just for the quiet. So again, I'll point out these are Villa Italian leather seats. They are heated and cooled, both of these. They're also just a very comfortable seat. And then we of course have all kinds of different controls to tilt your chair back, lumbar, etc., tilt you forward, things like that. That's pretty standard on a lot of motorhomes. And I'm going to need my cheat sheet on this one, so I apologize about that. But this has so many features, I thought that it would be better that I used a cheat sheet than forgetting something. So first off, we're built on a Spartan K3 raised rail chassis, so that matters for storage space and comfort of ride. We have a Cummins 15-liter X15 turbocharged 605 horsepower engine with 1950 pounds foot torque and an Allison 4000 6-speed transmission. 3-stage engine brake collision avoidance system with collision warning, adaptive cruise control, and electronic stability control. Again, we have the valid air leveling system with an auxiliary air compressor, an equalizer hydraulic automatic coach leveling system, which is this one right here that's standard in most motorhomes. But because we also have the Hadley air system, you've got two different ways to level here. The Hadley also works while you're going down the road, so it's going to keep you from feeling like you're leaning over if the road is a little crooked. It's going to help with that kind of thing. We also have a passive steer tag axle with air dump. We have ABS disc brakes and tire pressure monitoring system, 150 gallons of diesel, 15 gallons of DEF, and a 20,000 pound towing hitch. So I think that's about it for that stuff. But then we have this 360-degree camera system. What that is it compiles all of the different cameras around the coach. So you have a camera on the side there, on the side there, on the back, on the front. Anyway, it makes them into one image, and it looks like you have a drone on top of you all the time. I cannot tell you what a difference this made for me driving this 45-foot long coach. I was comfortable in this coach driving it immediately. I can't say that about other coaches because you're always wondering, okay, am I gonna, is anything gonna get hit in the back when I pull out or turn around a corner? You always have to be so careful in these. But this let me know exactly how close I was to every curb and every car in this parking lot. It was amazing, actually, and I hope that you'll be able to come out and test drive this coach because it drove amazingly. It felt like, you know, I was driving a Cadillac or a Rolls Royce or something, and part of that has to do with the shocks. Bilstein shocks on here, the air system that we're on. It was awesome. Really a comfortable drive. But again, I don't know that I can explain it to you without you coming out and doing it, but I have to say it was awesome. It was awesome. Let's see what else I've got here. Oh, okay, so Easy Steer Electric Adjustable Power Steering Assist. So what that's going to be doing is keeping you straight on the road. So it's very windy. You're not going to be using all of your muscles and energy to keep yourself straight. It's going to do that for you. Also, if there's, you know, divots in the road and things like that, it's going to just keep you on the straight and narrow. What that translates to is you're not exhausted at the end of the day after driving this thing. So this is a big coach, and you do need to be extra alert and extra careful, and it takes a lot of mental energy, and it can take a lot of physical energy, but it doesn't need to with this system. It's awesome. I mean, truly, your shoulders and arms aren't tired at the end of the day after driving this thing all day long. I can't say enough good things about it. It's awesome. Let's see if there's anything else I'm missing in the front. And again, just remember, these are live videos. I'm going to make mistakes. I'm going to leave things out. So please reach out to me. I'm not afraid for you to ask me questions or say, hey, you didn't mention such and such. Happy to help. We do have blind spot monitoring on here and a JBL Premium Audio 11 speaker sound system with an amplifier. So again, glad I'm reading this because these are things I wouldn't remember. Let's go over the cab really quickly. We have over here your tag dump, auto, off, or hold. Battery boost, that's going to pull from your house batteries. If your chassis batteries are low, you just hold that down and it'll pull those batteries so that you can get started and get home. And then when the engine is running, you're going to be charging your house batteries back up to full. This is just turning your house batteries on or off. I've actually never seen another coach that had that. So really nice feature. You don't have to get up and go over to the entry door to get the house batteries on. So say your kids are back there and they're like, hey, how come I can't turn the TV on? Well, it's because the house batteries have to be on for that. So you can do that really quickly right here. This is column tilt telescope, which is of course the steering wheel, making it more comfortable for you. I'll just say that makes it so that pretty much anybody can drive these. I've had folks who are unfortunately very short in stature, and they haven't been able to buy certain coaches because they literally cannot reach the pedals. So this is actually a really nice feature, and it just makes it for a comfortable ride for whoever is driving. Then we have the pedal slide, so that's going to bring those closer to you or further from you, whatever your comfort level is. We do have a power toll window here, so that's just to pay your tolls as you're going through or to talk to your neighbor as you're leaving the motorhome park. This aux brake on-off is your engine brake, so kind of like a Jake brake that you would have on a semi, but this isn't loud like a Jake brake would be. They're actually quite quiet, but you also have the option of high, medium, low. So I love having these just because you're not wearing out your batteries. It's doing a lot of the work, or excuse me, not your batteries, your brakes. It's not wearing out your brakes, especially when you're going downhill. going on a mountain pass or something like that, you can have this on high and it's doing a lot of that work for your brakes. It's essentially suffocating the engine, so it's not putting forward power, it's kind of pulling you back, and you will hear it and feel it while it's working. I learned recently the only time you don't want to have that on is if it's slippery conditions. So I didn't know that before, but I just thought I'd pass that along. You don't want to have your engine brake on when it's slick outside. So there you go, little tidbit for the day. Over here, this is something that was new to me because, again, we don't carry this brand, but you have these little controls right here on this Entegra. So what are these controls? Well, we've got heat for your mirrors. So your side mirrors, they are powered and heated. And then you have your horn here, and I've showed you this before, but you have a very wimpy horn, and that's for when you're in a parking lot or something like that. But then you also have your air horn, because of course we have an air system here, and that's your trucker horn. That's get out of my way, this is dangerous. So really nice to have that when you're this big of a vehicle. Auto traction control, this is how far or close you're going to be when you're in cruise control to the vehicle in front of you before it starts alerting you. And this knob here, so let's see if I can get this so I can see it a little better. The knob here is going to control what you're seeing on the dash screen. Okay, so right now I'm looking at how much tire pressure I have. Let's see, and then I turn the little knob and that goes to my easy steer. So if I want my steering wheel to be a little tighter, I'm going to push it to the side or obviously the other way. So you can control that without having to look away from the road. I love having this knob because of that very reason. This is your suspension and leveling system, and if I push it, it'll just say auto level, or if I want to ride really high because I'm trying to get through something, I can do that. Let's see. Accelerator position, messages. Oh, I just dumped my air a little bit. Huh? So adaptive cruise is disabled right now, but it does have that option. Screen brightness. So that's just what you're looking at right here. And then there also was a way, if I can find it, so I can move my screen position, and because I like to be able to see mine up high because my steering wheel is kind of low because I'm a little bit of a shorter person, I can move this, oops, I can move my screen down if that's a better place. I've never seen that on a motorhome, but I do feel like it's a safety thing. So sometimes when the wheel's in the way, you just cannot see your screen or all of your screen. So super helpful. There's of course more on here. There's a diagnostic screen, etc. I don't feel like we need to go through all of them, but there are a lot of great things at this little on this little knob here. So, and you can set it to whatever you want it to show at the moment, so whatever color, etc. Okay, let's move on. Over here we have your powered mirrors, pretty standard. Your hydraulic leveling system, so power, auto level, boom, you're leveled in a few minutes, or I'll retract, you're ready to go. Headlights, fog lights, accent lights, docking lights, map lights. So pretty basic stuff here. And then on the steering wheel itself, we have your cruise control set, and we also have your phone, so you can pick up your phone, talk to people without having a phone in your hand and being unsafe. And then windshield wipers here as well. This is the transmission. For those of you who don't know, these coaches don't have park. So when it's time to park, you put neutral, and that's what NN is, and then you pull this parking brake here. The other thing I get asked is, let's see, so what does the 6 mean? Well, there are 6 speeds in your transmission. So right now we're in neutral of the 6 speeds because we're actually turned off. The coach is not turned on right now. So, but as you're driving, that will stop flashing and it will start with 6-1. So you're in first gear. Then it'll go 6-2, etc. This is an automatic. It's an automatic transmission. So you don't really need to be worried about swapping those things. But that's what it means. Drive, reverse, and then this is actually park. So that's that. I think we went over this pretty thoroughly, but I will show you that we have some other options here. We can change the camera setting. The navigation is a Rand McNally system, which I'm a big fan of, because you can update it pretty frequently, for one thing, as frequently as you want. But when you go into RV tools, you can put in your height, weight, all the things that are going to be pertinent, your width, etc. So it's not going to navigate you anywhere that you cannot go, you can't fit. So bridges, etc. You know, you could get stuck and then have to back yourself out of a pretty sticky situation. So love that they have that. And then of course Sirius XM, and then we've got your USB ports here, and a very, very comfortable cab. One other quick thing before we leave this area is the windshield. I just want you to get a good shot of this windshield, because again, I've never seen anything like it. And I don't know how well this will show up on camera, but I'm gonna just touch it with my hand so you can see. This is a rounded corner windshield. It's not flat and straight across. It's giving you every little bit of visibility you can get, which just makes this a real pleasure to drive. You can see everything, and that's the point, isn't it? We want to see the country. So I'm going to go back and put slides in so we can do the outside. I have to do a couple things just to be able to be prepared for that. So be patient with me, but I think you'll enjoy seeing how much space there is to walk through as well once we're all closed up. Slide. Okay. Bathroom's closing in on me. Sometimes I feel like I work at a carnival, like all the walls keep moving, and it's kind of interesting. Okay, those are done. I'm actually going to go to the front to do the front ones. There's another control panel up there, so that way I can make sure that I'm not hitting these front seats, which of course can be a very big damaging thing here and here. So I like to do these where I can keep a really good eye on them. Okay, kitchen wall is now coming in. They're nice and quiet in this coach too. Sometimes they're very squealy, almost where you can't tolerate the noise. It's so high-pitched and loud. And last one. Just started the generator there real quick too, because I realized we're not plugged in and these slides might go a little bit faster if we had a little bit more power. So just know that that's what that sounds like. For those who are curious, this is a 12.5 Cummins Onan diesel generator. It is on a slide out in the front here, so that's really handy. have it come to you rather than having to crawl under the coach to service it. Okay, real quick, I'm going to walk through here just so you can see the space. So, lots of room to get through here. Your dogs will be happy in travel mode as well because they can get to everything. I can get to the refrigerator and open it fully. And to the bathroom area. I can open these doors completely. So very usable closed up coach. All right. All right, it's a beautiful day in Colorado. Just real quick, look at this panel here right by the door so you can turn the lights all on or off as you're coming or going from the coach. We also have your house disconnect. You can just turn that off really easy. And then an unlock for your cargo area. So that's all your bays underneath. And then we do have a little bit of a pull-out storage here in the step. So great place for your flip-flops, umbrellas, dog leashes, etc. This is a programmable door code, so you can be safe if you forget your keys. You can get in here really easily, but no one else needs to know your code either. So that's a great feature. This is one of the 2 dual fill diesel fills, so you can fill from both sides at the same time. It saves you time at the gas station. Got some really nice Michelin tires. They're 22.5s. And because this coach is a 21, these are fairly new. We do have manual window awnings on this coach, as well as automatic Girard awnings that do drop down. The manual awnings, though, really great to have that because sometimes the sun shining on the other side of the coach where there aren't the electric awnings, but also sometimes you just want to do a real quick one window kind of a deal. So I love that that was added. We also have stainless steel trim along all of the bottom of the coach, and that's one of those things that would have been an option on other brands, but it's not on this one. They just include it. What that does is it's going to keep rock chips from ruining your paint down here, because that's the most likely place you're going to be getting those chips. And also the door handles, because they get a lot of use. They can get a lot of paint chipping on there as well. Let's see. This is your programmable fridge freezer on a slide out. So you can do 2 sides here. You can do them both as a freezer, both as a refrigerator, or you can do different options there. So nice to have that. This is one of your slide out storage trays, and this one is powered, so you don't even have to bend over to get to this. This is going to save your back. And this slide out will go out either side of the coach, so you can actually do it out the other side as well. But this is just going to help you utilize all that space in the middle of the coach that's really hard to get to, and save your back as well. This has 1,000 pounds of capacity, so you can really load this up. I always bring all of my gold bars with me when I travel, so that's where I keep those. Oh, what? No? Just kidding. In here we have yet another smart TV, Samsung, with a Bose soundbar. So sometimes people ask me, why in the world would you ever want a TV outside? Well, it's nighttime. You want to have those drive-in vibes, or you've got kids that are getting a little stir crazy. This is great for both of those uses, or just for having a fireside movie night, watch the game, any of those things. Try using it. You might really like it. It's a cool feature. Another slide out tray. I won't make you wait for this one, but it does exactly the same thing as the one we were just in. And the previous owner did include some things for us, including some extra tiles for the floor if you happen to drop something heavy and crack those. Here we have your inverter disconnects or turn offers. So we have two 3,000 watt pure sine wave inverters. Just on that front, we have 4 L16 AGM batteries as well. They're not here, but I didn't want to forget that as we get to that place. These are your circuit breakers for different things that you have. So say your leveling jacks aren't working, you can come out here, push that button, and likely they will start working again. So that's a really nice thing. Makes it user-friendly and easy to know what's going on. This one doesn't actually have anything usable, but I thought you might want to see the insulation on that water tank. That is a freshwater tank there, and it's really, really well insulated in there. Back here is one of your 2 DEF fill places. So DEF, DEF, however you want to say it. You can do both sides, just like with your diesel fuel. And it's a door within a door here. Here we've got all kinds of mechanic-y things that you guys who like to do your own stuff can do. These are your engine start batteries. We also can reset your air system, your air filter, etc. And these are actually your engine disconnects here. Okay, 20,000 pounds of towing capacity. What can you tow with 20,000 pounds? I don't know, a bunch of horses or race cars, or you don't have to tow anything. You can tow a little Honda and just get up the mountain really, really, really fast. This is a great engine. Get you there. Of course, again, K3 Spartan chassis, well known. They've been around forever. They make a great chassis, a great ride, and lots of power. The most you can get in a Class A diesel, as I said before. Side radiator. And then this is a little spot that you can put more DEF in also. Steerable tag axle. This little compartment has your macerator hose in there just to keep it sanitary and keep it separate from your water compartment. I love that coaches do that. It's just not good to have that stuff rolling around in here. But your water bay, very comprehensive. You have a tank monitoring system here, so you know when you're empty, etc. Your water pump buttons there. You have a light there. You do have a sewage rinse in here. Yeah, let's see, what else do I need to tell you? We have a power water hose reel. So you pull this out, of course, manually, but then there's a button to just pull it back in. And it tucks away really nicely so it's not in the way. But really easy to use, easy to read. Gray tank. Macerator on, off, etc. So this is your AquaHot system, which we talked about being your hot water, your heater, as well as your floor heat. So really great system to have. This is your 50 amp connection, which is again on a power rewind reel. And they have, of course, included a surge protector with a transfer switch in there as well. So you don't have to add it aftermarket. And then this just goes right in, so you don't have to hassle with it. Other side of those slide out trays. So again, just letting you see everything, even though we've already showed it to you that on the other side. But and then just a little more storage. Again, they have carpeted this area and Part of that is going to be insulation properties. Part of that is going to be for vibration and sound. So it's just an extra step that these higher end motor coaches are including for you. We of course have a full body paint on here, and just a beautiful, well appointed motor home. Right here is where we have your slide button for your generator that we talked about earlier, and then just a light and a little breaker box. So I think that's about it for this Entegra Cornerstone. I gotta tell you, you need to come and drive it if you're interested. That's what made me sold on the coach. It's beautiful and has every option you could possibly want, but the driving was amazing. So again, if I've left anything out, I apologize, but please contact me and I'm more than happy to help you with any questions that you have. My name again is Teresa Cralley. I'm at 303-684-3427, or you can of course email me at transwest.com. Thanks for sticking with me and have a great rest of your day.